Right, let's continue on my crazy book collection.
I have a bit of a hoarding problem when it comes to Tolkien books, in case you didn't notice in the first video, but I also just don't care. Like, I love them and they bring me joy, so whatever. The first pile we're going to tackle is my Hobbit collection, which is fairly substantial. Like, it's not the worst, but we'll see. So this is the Unwenheim 1989 edition, with the colour illustration is by Ted Nasmith. This is another very, very pretty one. I love that they all have such similar vibes, but they're also unique and just beautiful. I also love the different blurbs on the back. It's very interesting seeing, for like when they were published, the different ways that the blurb and the synopsis was presented on the books. But yeah, I find this very, very cute. It's very nostalgic, again, very vintage, very retro, and they're kind of my favourite ones, I think. But yeah, some of these are quite beaten up, as you can tell, but I love them all dearly for different reasons, and they just make me happy. So then I have an Unwin 1983 edition of The Hobbit, and it has illustrations by Tolkien inside. This is a very, very beautiful edition. I love having editions that have illustrations from inside the book coloured on the outside, if that makes sense. But it's very, very pretty, and a fun fact is that this was actually published quite close to where I live, so very, very lovely to have, and I just think it's very beautiful. Then I have this 1972 Unwin edition. It's very, very pretty. The cover is an early sketch by Tolkien, and it kind of wraps around onto the back, which is really, really cool. And on the inside it actually has his signature. Obviously it's not, if it's gonna load, come on. Obviously it's not actually signed by him, but they've printed his autograph, which is very, very cool. Yeah, so it has the autograph printed on the inside, which is a very, very cool addition to this book. And yeah, I really, really love the fact that it has an early sketch by Tolkien on the outside on the cover. It's very, very cool. And I really, really like this edition. The 1999 HarperCollins edition, again, it has a similar vibe to the other one I showed you. This one, they kind of have the same cover but just updated, which I really like. The illustration was again by John Howe, and it's very, very beautiful. The colour scheme is very, very lovely. As you know, I love my oranges and my warm colours, but yeah, very, very pretty. I have my 2013 HarperCollins movie tie-in edition, and it just has a Bilbo on the front, and I really, really like it. It's very aesthetic. I love the fact that the movie logo was on it. I love movie editions. Yeah. Then I have one which is a little bit unique. This is Bilbo the Hobbit. It's the French edition in a little slipcase. But yeah, and then it's the same cover illustration by John Howe again. But yeah, it's in French. Do I speak French? Not enough to read this book. But yeah, it also has a little map in it, which is super cute. Like, how adorable is that? Very, very cute. So yeah, it's very, very cool. I wanted to collect foreign editions of this book just because I collect them anyway. My family actually live in Switzerland and they speak French, so they are trying to learn French so that I can speak to them and have secret conversations when they visit England. But yeah, I really, really wanted the French edition, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's so simple, but just the gold and the blue, very, very pretty. So then I have a 1979 Folio Society edition. This is one that was also my uncle's. The cover illustrations, I think it did have a dust jacket at some point. They are by Eric Fraser, but it's fully illustrated. It's very, very beautiful. I love this book. It is again holds a very special place in my heart because it's one that he gifted me, or at least lent to me, and it's just kind of formed my collection. But yeah, I read this immediately that Christmas and it just makes me so happy. I have the 75th anniversary HarperCollins edition. Again, red, blue, gold foiling, very, very pretty. It kind of fits with the other edition that I showed you, which I now don't know where I've put it, but yes, very, very pretty. Gold, red, blue, good colour combination. I enjoy it, and yeah. Then I have the 2012 movie tie-in edition. This is the edition that my brother actually bought me from Game, believe it or not. A couple of months after the film came out. I was currently reading the hardback I just showed you, and I wanted a paperback edition, and he picked this up for me, and I hold it very, very dearly. This is the one that I actually read, and I can remember I read this book so quickly, and I began rereading it, so I think my bookmark, yeah, I have a bookmark in here. But yeah, I remember I just loved this book so much, and I can remember when it finished, I can remember finishing it and just sobbing in bed, just crying, and then I had to go to college the next day, and everyone was like, what is wrong with you, you look like death, and I was just like, this book killed me. But yeah, I love this book so much. We have a 1997 edition. This is by Houghton Mifflin. Okay, so the cover design is by Stephen Cooley and the illustration is Alan Lee. Again, I'm going to show you some more Alan Lee editions and talk about him a little bit more in a while, but yeah, this is very, very cool. I love these cover designs where they have the little box. I don't know why, I just find them really aesthetically pleasing, and obviously the orange continues onto the back with the blurb and everything, and it's very, very cool. Yeah, HarperCollins 1995 edition. This colour illustration is one that Tolkien actually did, and it's very cool to see these editions where they have this cover on them. It's one of my favourite designs and illustrations. I just think it's so pretty, and the hardback of this is very, very popular. I know a lot of people have it, and I don't actually own the hardback version of this, so I do need to get my hands on that at some point. But I really, really love this cover. I think it's beautiful. I love that the illustration continues all the way around. It's beautiful. But not least, for my Hobbit collection, I have another copy of this one, which, again, didn't realise I had so many duplicates, but maybe I will give this to my brother. Again, he has recently read The Hobbit and really enjoyed it, so maybe he will like a vintage copy. But yeah, I have 2 of these, apparently. I will show you my collection of black editions. So I have these, they look like this, they're very, very pretty. Let me just show you each one quickly. HarperCollins Tolkien collection editions. I have The Hobbit, Fellowship of the Ring, I have Two Towers, Return of the King, and then I have Unfinished Tales and Silmarillion. So yeah, I have all of these in the black HarperCollins Tolkien collection editions, and yeah, they're very, very cool. I will just say as well that obviously 99% of this was either like bought in a charity shop or second hand, so yeah, that's why I have so many of them. If these were all like full price books, I would not be able to afford this, but I've also been collecting these for about 5 years now, so it's been a very long time, and I've kind of built my collection slowly, so yeah. We only have a couple more piles left, so I think I'm going to end this video here and then do the final instalment with the final books. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave the first video linked down in the description box so you can check that out if you'd like to. Yeah, I have a lot of Tolkien books, so this video is going to be in 3 parts, as I said. I still haven't finished, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in the next one.